about this herpes thing, I would never have to worry about skin cancer.
Wow. We've got to share this with our friends in Australia. Well, I mean, they have the whole ozone hole down there.
Oh, I thought maybe you're saying that they just get more herpes than anybody else. That's just terrible.
No, I'm saying that they have a hole in the ozone that's over their continent, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
adding
all of
herpes
our
to
pollution
skin
made the
cancer.
hole there for some weird reason.
Adding herpes to skin cancer sounds like adding insult to injury, but researchers say that a modified version of the virus that causes cold sores has led to a major breakthrough for cancer patients.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, this might be ugly, but look at the rest of my skin.
You know, I used to have cancer right here, but now it's just a cold sore, so kiss me.
Right. It's like the old SNL bit where it's like, put on this cream and it'll make your whole head a pimple. And then you have a cage for the head of the pimple on the top of your head. Yeah.
Just don't squeeze my head.
That's right. Yeah, it was really disgusting. And then it like pops. They're like, ah! And their head's like erupting. Really, really disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, welcome to the show. It's the Bill and
I'm
Jason
Disgusting
Show.
Bill. That's Disgusting Jason, and welcome to the Disgusting Bill and Jason Show.
And we're happy to be here
And
disgustingly.
be disgusting.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Do they know what we mean? I think by now, after doing this show for, I don't know, this is our 30th year, I think. By now, after 30 years of doing the Bill and Jason Show, people should know how disgusting we really are.
If you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying. Are we going to add that to everything today? If you know what I'm saying.
Yes, let's use all of our crutches. You know, those speech things. Like when I'm not sure what I'm talking about, my biggest crutch is
or you know what I'm saying.
Or you know what I'm saying. And anybody who's ever listened to any number of my shows, bless you and thank you very much. Our shows, my past shows, know when I'm not real confident with the material that I'm trying to deliver or say or share or whatever it is.
Right.
Because I'll start saying, you know. And I don't think it shows up as strongly when I am doing broadcast stuff. Because I got really comfortable in a radio studio, and I don't have people watching me.
Right.
And where I start to get nervous when I'm not confident with my material or exactly where I'm going on a stage situation,
right,
is where it will really start to come out. And I'll be like,
Absolutely.
it's green, like a car, like the sky. It's green, like a green sky, not quite. Well,
and my favorite
out.
one is starting every one of my things as, okay, let's get started. Or I'll just start with, okay.
Okay is your big crutch to
okay. I'll open the mic and the first thing out of my mouth at times will be, okay. That's I'm not, you can tell I'm not thinking right now. Okay. Or if I'm really tired, ending a sentence, well, then so let's give them a big round of applause.
What else are we doing? I see you're having dessert. Let's pick up our hands and applaud.
Right. We might as well applaud for the dessert.
That's right. How about another round? How about another round of applause?
Right. And as much as you try to watch for those things, I think when it becomes apparent that you have them is when it becomes absent-minded.
Okay. So now I'm going to take us on a tangent.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about crutches.
Right.
But at what point is asking the guests to applaud like too much? Like, God, do not ask me to applaud again. We've been at the events, and I think I've done it a number of times where it's like I need to have some reassurance from the audience, like a lot of reassurance from the audience. So
please,
like
for me.
every
Please
time it's
tell
like,
me you love
ladies and
me.
gentlemen, dinner will be served. How about a round of applause for our bride and groom, Susie and Tim? And then like the bathrooms are right to the left. How about another round of applause for Susie and Tim?
Yeah, as they go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now watch the monitors.
Last call's 11. How about another round of applause? There
isn't a hard and fast rule around it.
Well, let's make one.
I think it is a crutch thing. When it becomes an absent-minded thing that you're always saying, one more time, a big round of applause for, hey, it's time for dinner. Let's have a round of applause for the staff. Or, hey, it's time to do the speeches. Let's have a round of applause for. a round of applause, if it becomes, let's have a round of applause, it becomes that crutch because it becomes an absent-minded thing you're saying all the time. It's like at this time. At this time still exists in the world, and you can say at this time. You can say at this time at the beginning of every single thing you say, as long as it's meaningful and purposeful. If it has that, now why are we saying that? As opposed to at this time becomes that thing that comes out of your mouth. You're not even thinking. You're thinking you're about to say, and now the bride and groom's first dance, but it comes out at this time, the bride and groom's, and you don't even know it came out. That's so absent-minded. So it's not the word at this time. It's not, and it's not, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the bride and groom. It's that you didn't think about it. It came out without thinking.
And everybody in the room knows you're not there. Right. It's like, is anybody in there?
Right.
Is anybody really in there? They know. They know. If you think they don't, then you're living an illusion. You're living a dream. They know. And they know when you're like just doing your script, when you're just doing what you always say, blah, 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 blah. Just say like there's sounding good.
I've been at wedding receptions where the staff in the room and the guests can pick out the crutch within the first two introductions, and then they turn it into a drinking game. I've seen it. Every time he says at this time, man, we're going to drink. I've seen it. So if you're not noticing it, you should find it, and not because you should be freaked out about it and worry too much about it, because then you can see that as well. It's because people will tune you out. As soon as they tune you out, then you've lost.
Well, and
you can
also
stumble all day as long as you don't have a crutch, and as long as you're purposefully speaking to them, they will take it because they can tell that you're trying hard to communicate. It isn't just flowing off your tongue like it doesn't matter. Flows off your tongue like it doesn't matter. They notice, they stop listening. The room is buzzing and they're talking, and you've become just a bit of noise as opposed to something and someone that they should actually pay attention to, focus on, and listen to.
Well, it's also the difference between talking to them. It's like, oh, you're talking to me. You have something to say to me. Or talking at a stadium.
Right.
You know, I don't care if you've got 500 guests. You can talk to them.
That's why I've always hated the imagine them all in their underwear and then look above their heads when you talk.
Yeah, me too, because I always get aroused.
Oh, like anybody could tell. But look, if you're looking above their heads, then you are literally speaking to nothing. You're not speaking to their hearts and minds. You don't care whether or not they can hear you. You're just saying the words because you're too nervous to look into their eyes. And if you can't look into their eyes, you can't really see how they react. You can't tell whether you're having any kind of connection with them. You don't even know if they're listening. Yeah, it's like when I first started DJing parties, I'd come from radio. Okay, you work in radio, you work in a little studio, and nobody looks at you.
So you stood in the corner with your microphone?
I literally, I kind of did. Like, every time they opened the mic to make an announcement, I would turn my back to the audience, walk over to the wall, and I'd go like, okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our first dance. Here's Mary and Mike.
Did you really? Like,
yeah,
I am not going to be seen?
I didn't want, the idea of them seeing me. How could I be an announcer using an announcer's voice when they're all watching me?
Are you making this up?
DJing is in a little room, right?
Are you making this up?
No, I'm not.
It's really hard to imagine Bill, the Bill I know, ta-da! Bill, I'm here, ta-da! You know, Bill, I'm out there making it great, being like, putting your head down against the wall with a microphone.
No, I would turn my back, and if I didn't have a wall to get to, I would turn my back and I'd duck down behind my gear. I would. Because
I wish
that's
there
what
was
you
video
do.
of that.
You sit in the studio by yourself when you announce, and now here's Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis. You don't do that to everybody. You do it in a room. So you go down, ladies and gentlemen, here's Great Balls of Fire.
I just imagine you turning down the music and then like going. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Oh, I can't
How'd
believe
it go?
You know, that's the first time I've really admitted that to anybody. But I think I did that for like the first year that I DJ'd parties.
Oh, we all have a past. I have a shameful past.
Yeah, well, and I'm not going to bring up.
I was one of those DJs. Believe me, like the things that people complain about, I think they were complaining about me in my first few years. You know, but you know, that has me be compassionate when I see those that there are, those DJs out there now that are showing up that way. They're just working with what they know.
Right. No, I completely get it. When I was in San Diego 3 weeks ago, I went and saw the space the Friday night before, and there was another DJ setting up. And he was an older gentleman about my age. He had brought his son. And when he set up, he sat down behind his gear where no one could see him. And he took the mic and he said, "And now at this time, let's hear it for the bride and the groom, Mike and Charlene." And he plays
Did it sound like that, or did it sound more like?
No, he had a strong radio voice. He really did, but he hid behind. He sat in the chair and he talked into the thing. And then about halfway through the song, he didn't even watch the dance. Halfway through the song, he tuned it down. "Oh, let's hear it for them. One more big round of applause for Mike and Cheryl." And there was a pause. And you saw him change something, and he went, "And now at this time, we're going to have the father-daughter dance. And here it is." And about halfway through, he said, "And that's the father-daughter dance. And that's round of applause for." So he had his own crutches. Everybody has them. It's just not often that you take the time to either have them pointed out to you or look inside of who you are and what you're doing to be able to see them and because you got to see them before you can do anything about them.
Right. Well, and I want to point out, like, talking about the guy that you saw and things like that. And, his announcements, if they were clear and they were delivered and everybody could hear him and everybody could understand it, that's not bad. Like, that's not, he's a bad DJ. That's not bad. When you get up and get out amongst people and you connect with them and you take them and guide them, that's exceptional.
Right.
So be exceptional.
Right.
Or don't, but the opportunity is there. So in all fairness,
and more and
to that guy.
more and more the clients are expecting that kind of thing. And I noticed it when they were doing their the it was like the mother-daughter, because he did the first dance, father-daughter, and then the mother-son. And in the middle of the mother-son, the bride was trying to get his attention and couldn't get his attention. Because he was hidden behind his stuff,
booth.
and because he wasn't really connected with what was going on, he wasn't watching or listening in the room. So she got frustrated and came over and and grabbed her husband, and the husband kind of stormed over. They got a circle of people on the dance floor watching them get upset that the things weren't. So you heard the guy say, "Hey man, let's get it started." And the DJ went, "Oh, all right." And he pushed the play and they Uptown Funk started playing and they went crazy.
Wow.
It was great, but that happened. And it was because this is the way he does things. And he, like I said, his announcements were crisp. They were clear. Everybody could hear them. And from what I was told, this gentleman is really well known in the San Diego area. He's been doing it for a really long time. And a lot of people know him because he's also a music producer. So he was kind of cool to talk to for a little bit that I was there. And he and I shook hands and I took off. But it was just interesting to see someone who's been in the entertainment business that long still kind of doing what he's doing and kind of missing the opportunity that he could have had to have a real impact on things, because he had an audience that was like dying to be listened to.
He's doing what we all do. He's doing what he knows.
Mm-hmm. And that's where your crutches live. And when and if you can start to see those crutches and people, and you can be aware of them, that's where the change can begin. That's where the opportunity of, okay, well, what can I do to not lean on my crutches anymore?
Yeah, you can just like shed those crutches and walk free.
If you've got crutches and you'd like to shed them and walk free, or if you used to have them and you had a great way to get rid of them, we'd like to hear about them. You can email us. You can put the comments below in the thing. You can go and tell us what you think of our show, good or bad. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't gone to iTunes yet, subscribe there so you can listen to the podcast in your car. You can do that too.
You really got to let go of your crutches, or someone might videotape them and then cut them all together like this.
Oh wow, hey, it's one of your little drawings. There he goes, pole vaults over the thing, here he goes, and there he is. Oh wow, 7 projects. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's gonna be our honeymoon.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Right?
Yeah. Great,
Amazing. Let's get a shoe shine. Wow. Flippers and all, wow. 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 This is a nice boat. Wow, I sort of got screwed on the old bedroom selection. Every room's like 4 times as big as mine. Wow, no wonder she wanted to lead. Wow, that's pretty good. Wow. 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 Wow, and how'd that affect you with guys? Hey! Wow.
Wow, look at this. Do you know what this means?
7:15.
Wow, welcome to the 700 Club, kid. Oh, we're stuck. Wow. Hey, I can see our hotel from here. Wow. Wow, it looks great. Traditional American Foursquare. Wow.
Greg's a male nurse.
Wow, that's great. Wow, a little heart and everything. Wow. Wow, Buckingham Palace. Wow, we're a long way from home, boy. Wow, it didn't take Gauguin long to start steaming in. What is it about the produce section? Wow. To me, that's like, wow, you. Wow. 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 Unbelievable. Wow, that's a good message. Wow, I don't know what it is about this city. Wow, you're so dominant. Wow. Wow. Did you see what she had on yesterday? Wow. Yeah, I definitely got a soft spot for Theo. Hey, how you doing, Tiger? Oh, wow. Sounds like a sweet woman. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come Wow.
Here.
It's beautiful. Wow. Wow. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh man, I feel like wow. It's like I come over, it's like I don't know what to expect. I gotta be honest. I come in, it's like a little like I'm trying to get my bearings. There's cartoons, your mom, and it's like you still got it.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.